How's it going, everybody? Today we got Pokemon scalpers are the worst. Now, as someone that has experienced Pokemon scalpers and has seen them, wanted to, punch them in the face. They're really annoying. A lot of times I see kids that, Pokemon's made for kids. It says it on every single pack you open, ages 8 and up. And you don't just be a dick and steal all the Pokemon packs. A lot of times when I go to stores, I'll look at the Pokemon selection and it's all gone. Not because a lot of little kids. There's a lot of little kids in the area that really like Pokemon and they have a great time opening. No, it's the scalpers. If you guys don't know what scalpers are, it is a person that takes loads and loads and loads of Pokemon packs, boxes, ETBs, the same thing, binder collections, everything Pokemon. They take it, they grab large supplies, and they resell it on eBay. Stupidest thing I've ever seen. Let's get straight into the video. Like and subscribe, and let's get straight into it.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? Coming and sitting down because today we are talking about Pokemon cards. We have done a video on trading card games and the rise of collectors, and we talked about the game, but over the last couple years, trading card games have blown up in popularity. Not that they were ever really unpopular, but it's possible that this may not be a good thing. I mean, sure, we all want games we enjoy to be popular, and after all, it means more people play with and money to put back into improving the experience, right? Well, sadly, this couldn't be farther from the truth, especially for what we're going to focus on.
This is crazy. If people have, when a lot of this time when I see videos like this is the most, people that don't have a life. This is the most I've seen. It's crazy to me how people just don't have a brain and just don't act like a civilized person and just take everything they can.
Today, Pokemon cards. It seems like the wrong groups of people have found their way into the community, and it's causing a lot of problems. Because of this, the game has gone from an exciting child's activity to all-out war. So let's talk about the dark side of collecting Pokemon cards. Never thought I would say that before my life, huh? Jesus Christ. But first, we have to ask ourselves, what exactly is the problem? Which, if you haven't been on any social media, you may have never seen it, but chances are you've seen people fighting in Targets. You've seen mostly just a lot of physical violence. People running through stores to grab stocks. It's an all-out blood war right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ever since the pandemic, the value of rare and vintage Pokemon cards has gotten astronomically high, unbelievably high. And the fact that mainstream creators were joining in only added fuel to the fire, especially considering people were holed up inside their homes with stimulus checks to spend on frivolous things. Twitch donations. Remember the Among Us craze? A lot of no-nos back then. DoorDash. I was a DoorDash guy. I remember I kept getting the same guy too, and I was just like, I feel like at this point I should just text him. Just be like, dude, just give me your number. This essentially turned the card into stock investments. And with this became the rapid growth of Pokemon scalpers. People who buy products with the explicit goal of selling them on secondary markets for a higher price. This can make enjoying the hobby difficult for a player who just wants to play the game. Not only does it now become more difficult to buy new packs and box sets, but some become desperate enough to buy it for raised price online because they become unavailable. Thus justifying scalpers.
The price I've seen on everything is just insane to me. I have my own collection right now, and if you guys want a short on that of me showing you guys what I got, let me know down in the comments down below, like the video, but it's just crazy to me, the prices that, scalpers are making them. No one's gonna buy your stuff, bruh.
Continue scalping. An evil system. You go through, you see people dead sprinting through Target. All the stocks is out just because people are hoarding Pokemon cards like fucking gold.
Oh my god. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's pretty wild.
And then they raise the prices. There's probably a studio apartment in Burbank, California, just stacked with Pokemon cards, just because that's the guy scalping cards online, dude. It disgusts me. Even recently, Lego.
Oh yeah, Lego.
Lego's coming up. Official Pokemon sets are coming in 2026, and people are already speculating that it'll be an absolute bloodbath to acquire them in stores. And people seem to forget that these products have a massive child audience. If adults can't get their hands on these products, what chance do the children have? Think of the children. Who gives a f? if the child can't have it, dude. You know, I say good. If anything, if a child can't get it, they're like, yeah, I was going to get into it, but every adult around me was buying them, so I thought, this is cringe, and I didn't get it. That's what I think.
It's a millennials game. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even know who the that is, dude. But especially when scalpers are programming bots to buy new products online seconds after they drop. It's like a...
Now, I did, a lot of times, what's you know, with a scalper, stores don't care, and they're like, oh yeah, well, people buy it, so we don't care. Now, I've seen this in my locations close to me. It's really nice. They actually do a limit on how many you can get. So they had thousands of Dust and Rival packs, and me and my friends, you know, we went to Target. We were like, we might as well check. There's probably not gonna be any. They had a bunch of them, and they were like, take 2, and a one with a coin. And we took 2 of them. I got the chase card. I love that card. It's one of the really cool ones, but still, pretty good Target. Thank you for doing that.
Streetwear scalpers or something like that, you know?
I did that with Magic cards on eBay.
Did you?
I had a little scalping bot, yeah.
Did it work well?
I bought like Shocklands for pretty cheap.
Nice. This animosity towards Pokemon scalpers is starting to reach new heights, and many fear that the hoops people must jump through to get their hands on new cards is deferring potential players from joining the TCG community. Trading card game. In case someone's like, what is that, Hunter? And if you want to know how bad things have gotten, look no further than the 2025 Costco Wars. Costco recently began selling Pokemon cards at marked down price, and early on, things turned into an absolute shit show. In a recent viral clip, you can see a horde of people lined up behind a pile of boxes for 151 Blooming Waters Premium Collection packs. What? This box set contains various packs with the original 151 Pokemon, which are very high quality and valuable. Costco had to know that this was going to be a bloodbath, dude. I think the CEO was just like, good. Yes, rats in a maze. As soon as the pallet jack is pulled out by a Costco employee, the organized line quickly turns into an all-out frenzy as people grab multiple boxes and stuff them into their carts. Some customers are pushed to the floor as passing customers lunge at them to grab boxes out of their hands. It's like
That's crazy. That's like, it's like a Black Friday all over again. He fell with the boxes, and then people are like, give me the box. Just out of, when he's on the floor, you know, in pain.
Scene and jingle all the way. Also, you know, performative to bring it out on a pallet jack. Here I go. Hope nobody grabs it. Why make such a spectacle of it? Costco runs on a schedule. It's got to be 2 p.m. That's when the new trading card product goes out, okay? In another video, you can see an older man wrap himself around another customer to wrestle a box out of his hands, only to be violently elbowed in the face, but somehow the man still continues holding on for dear life. He's like, no! Imagine getting your face caved in. You're just like, Charizard. Charizard, help me now! Eventually, police had to be called to break up the giant brawl that ensued, but no arrests were made. Everyone's just like,
To the victor goes the spoils, right, boys?
look at all these dogs with their tails tucked between their legs. Go on home, boys. This one's for me. But
I
because of
didn't.
these
Okay, so I've actually stayed in line before, but it was for an ETB of Black Bolt. I bought one of the ETB in one binder, opened them all the exact same day. I loved it. All my friends did it. I'm not a scalper, but I loved it so much.
encounters going viral online, Costco acted quickly by enforcing a purchase limit of 2 boxes per customer. Cowards. They also started having employees and security nearby the products at all times to stop people from going crazy. I like how there has to be a guy with like a baton. He's just like, don't make me do this. Like threatening violence to a person. Hey, it's 2! It's like a little kid has 3
They
boxes.
got like 2 security guards with just AK-47s. Like, yeah, if you grab more than 2, you're about to find out what happens. You're about to find out what happens.
It's 2. Put it back. It got so bad that Costco employees were tasked with preloading shopping carts with the highest limit box sets allowed for purchase in order to prevent customers from throwing hands. There's like, it's already in there. Just walk to the checkout. Just take it and walk. The value you're getting on these boxes, it cannot be worth it. It cannot be worth it to have that much civil unrest. What are the Japanese doing to prevent this? All right. All these are American solutions. What are the Japanese doing to fix this? I mean, regardless of what rules are put into place, people are still getting in fights all around the world over their precious
Pokemon cards.
And this wasn't the first time that stores had to enforce new rules to prevent people from getting hurt by trading cards. It happened back in 2021 when Target had to temporarily put a stop to selling of trading cards after an intense fight broke out in the parking lot in Wisconsin. I don't know why. Almost every unruly video, it's always in a Target, which points Walmart. Even Walmart, they're just like, there's a whole other breed of thing going on here. It's like watching Dumbledore drink that thing. He's like, oh. He's like, no, I don't want to. That's what it's like having a Walmart be like, come here, buy these cards. Actually, I think Walmart stopped doing it too, though, because of the same reason.
A lot of shoplifting.
People at Walmart are like, oh, I don't care, just take it. What is it? I think the only thing they care about is guns and liquor. You put the captain back. You can take the Pokemon. I don't know what the hell that Japanese shit is. Take it. I will say that became a thing too. I remember in the past, people would like lift up Walmart shelves because stuff had fallen back behind it. So it's just like in dust and dead debris and bugs. I'm like, oh, cool. It's like a set that came out 6 years ago or something. One man purchased some cards only to be jumped by 4 other people that wanted to steal them from him. The man was assaulted by an entire group until he pulled out a gun, at which they fled the scene. The man who assaulted him were found and arrested on charges of battery, disorderly conduct, and strangulation. I like how that's not a part of like the battery assault or anything. It's just like, and you choked him. What the hell is this? I also love the signs that they put up. Yeah, sorry, because of the world, everyone are apes in the world, we can't give you Japanese trading cards. Sorry about that. And during that same year, Walmart encountered the same problem. Because of fights breaking out between customers, they had to post signs announcing that they would be suspended due to, quote, inappropriate customer behavior and increased demand. But Costco isn't the only place that's seeing a recent uptick in Pokemon-fueled chaos. Let's take a look at the Pokemon vending machines. I don't know why. Right now, already in the video,
I haven't seen too bad of things happen with the vending machines, but I can't say for myself, I have never actually seen one up close to me. My friends went into a store to try and see if there were any in the box. It wasn't working. The whole vending machine was just turned off for some reason.
We've talked about that since the pandemic. We're 5 years deep into Pokemon chaos, and they're just like, why don't we just make machines we just put around for people to get pissed off at and punch? It's made of metal and glass. I'm sure that's gonna be fine. Pokemon vending machines, cool.
But look at them, they're cute.
Oh my god, it is kawaii. Did Ash Ketchum or Professor Oak help design this? Misty didn't do shit. Or that creep Brock. Closing his eyes, he's like, I see you. Hello, princess. Stores around the world have started installing vending machines that exclusively sell Pokemon packs, elite trainer boxes, sets, and more. If that means anything to you. Doesn't to me. Some believe that these can prevent unnecessary conflict compared to having piles of loose cards on shelves. However, scalpers always find a way. Scalpers would repeatedly visit these machines and clean out the entire stock. And in one instance, a woman spent over $1,000 emptying the vending machine despite kids waiting in line behind her to purchase just a single pack. She's like, I'm sorry. And the problem was so bad that it eventually became acceptable to film and shame people for doing this, which I do think that's nice. If you see somebody unloading an entire vending machine,
I love it. I love it when they just like, when everyone's like videoing them, like, yeah, bitch, what are you doing? Yeah, you know, like, bruh, don't do that. Don't just take a bunch of Pokemon cards. There's children in the back trying to get them. Okay, here's the thing. I went to Target by myself one time, and they had 2 more Destin Rival packs. 2 more. And this kid behind me, I heard him. He's like, Mom, do they have the packs left? And we were like, we'll have to see. Went up there. I asked. We have 2 more. I looked back at the kid. I looked back at the worker and said, let me get 2 Pokemon packs, please. Thank you. Took them. Walked out. I got 2 really good hits. I felt bad, but I got the hits. Sorry, kid. It was 2 packs. It would have been a different situation if I bought like a bunch of them. And I bought what was left, but still.
It's food. I would do the same thing. I'd be like, are you kidding me? This is crazy. Anybody unloading a vending machine, I'm like, really? And of course, what would a Pokemon restock be without 2 adults getting into a heated altercation? In the San Francisco Bay Area, a man had been sitting in his car all morning till the 10 a.m. restock of the Pokemon vending machine in his local grocery store. When he entered the store, he saw that someone was already using the machine. And by God, this angered him. Angered by this, he starts yelling about him waiting in his car was the same as him waiting in line. That doesn't make sense. I was outside, dude. He then pushes the man out of the away before proceeding to sprawl his arms and legs out to stop him from buying anything else. It is easily, I think, a great contender for Cringe Clip of the Year, which I do think that we should maybe start cataloging. Cringe Clip nominee of the year. And the cringiest clip goes to man sprawling out over Pokemon vending machine. Just want to put this out there that the aggressor here is an Eagles fan. Philadelphia Eagles. Kill yourself. Eventually, staff had to intervene and tell him to calm down. And after failing to do so, he was ultimately arrested. And the victim of this altercation noted that the man started pretending to be hurt when the cops arrived, despite no punches or anything physical being thrown.
I hate people like that.
Well, I love it when it's old women. My favorite thing when they're like, ow, ow! And it's on camera, they're like, what are you doing? You hit me! You talking about that style? It's like my favorite. If I was an old cranky bitch, I'd do the exact same thing. I'd be like, you hit my head, I'm bleeding! Well, no matter what wrongs me, it could be something super small. I'm dropping to the ground. I'm telling everybody that you hit me. That's what I'm doing. I might even start just incorporating that into my own life. But as confrontations like this keep happening more and more frequently, these stores were also pushed to enforce purchase limits on these vending machines. Not only is loitering no longer allowed near these machines, but machines began putting pauses on purchasing their available inventory throughout the day to push scalpers to get impatient and give up. The guy who's sitting out in his car for 7 hours, you think he's not gonna just be like, oh wait. And at Target, they're I'm just gonna go to Pizza Hut because there's a Pizza Hut in Target. Or I'm getting tired, I'm gonna go to Starbucks in Target. If you watched our last video about trading card game community, you may be convinced that it's exclusively composed of horrendous people, but that's not always the case. Coop's Collection is a content creator that streams himself running a Pokemon card vendor. In a recent video, a customer approached him at a convention and hands him a binder filled with various holographic Pokemon cards and encourages to give it to someone for free. Later, a young boy approached the vendor with his father. His father explains that he's new to collecting and was curious about it, so Coop surprised him by giving him the binder.
Aww. Definitely didn't have a camera set up.
I see everything now and I'm just like, yeah, right. Oh yeah, convenient, dude. I want to believe, but my putrid, small, fat heart won't let me have anything nice. Like, hand it to him and it's just like, all right, give it back. Get the f away from it. That's in my mind.
I could maybe, like, after he handed it to him, he turned off the camera like, hey, I'll give you like $5 and let me get that back really fast. Yeah. I'm actually not gonna give you the $5. You can get out of here though. Have a good day. Oh, here's a free card. It is a promo card though, so here you go. Yeah, I could see that happening.
That's what happens. All scalpers are scum.
This guy's got a heart of gold.
This guy does have a heart of gold.
I have seen this guy. He's been pretty nice to like literally almost every single person I've seen, so I don't think that's gonna happen. I was just joking around, but that guy's super nice, so shout out to that guy.
To believe that he has a heart of gold, please have a heart of gold. Anyway, so yeah, I forgot there's more to this story about this stupid thing. The stranger next to him even joins in by handing him one of his most valuable graded cards. Whatever, who gives a fuck? The kid got some free cards. He's gonna get rid of them as soon as he finds out what pussy is. But we can also talk about how the Pokemon community saved a dying puppy. Is this video wholesome?
What?
Some poggers now? This feels... In 2021, an 8-year-old child from Virginia named Bryson discovered that his 4-month-old black lab puppy named Bruce was diagnosed with parvo, which is like puppy cancer. Parvo is a contagious virus that, if left untreated, has an incredibly high mortality rate in puppers. And from that day they brought Bruce home, the two of them were inseparable. He was incredibly distraught to see that Bruce was losing lots of weight. And this feeling became worse when he realized that his family could not afford the thousands of dollars it would take to treat the dog.
No.
In tears, he told his mom this, and I quote, this is the direct quote.
I don't want Bruce to die. I'm gonna pray that he don't die.
What is that quote?
This is a hard-hitting journalism people come to the story for.
I'm gonna pray that he don't die. Bruce, don't go. Take off your angel wings, Bruce. Don't fly away yet.
But soon after, the little boy decided to take action. He came home from school with paper advertisements he made for a Pokemon yard sale. He hoped he could sell his Pokemon collection, which his mom referred to as his most prized possession, to raise enough money for the treatment.
That is so chased by a highway.
Literally by a highway, like,
Please stop so my dog doesn't fly to heaven.
he don't die. Dog, he don't die. I hate that this is tugging on my heartstrings too. I feel so bad for the kid. Some of his neighbors paid him a visit and purchased some cards. Like his neighbors are just like, what is it? I can give you $3, kid. All right. Say thank you. That's not enough to
Card's worth like $60.
clip his wings so he doesn't fly to heaven. Like, all right. But he was not making much money early on. When it was discovered why he was trying to raise money, the news started to spread throughout town. town. His mother started advertising the stand on Facebook as well, which brought tons of new people over. Friends then helped her set up a GoFundMe page, which quickly raised over $28,000. Touched by Bryson's willingness to give up his favorite things in order to save his dog, people started donating their own Pokemon collections to help him free of charge so he could keep it going.
Yo!
So he scammed people.
That's how I...
Imagine his dog was just completely fine.
He goes immediately, my dog's not, couldn't look healthier. Look how skinny he is. He just has flanged ribs. It's like really normal in puppies. You can see his bone. I don't want him to leave. He's like, the dad's just like, Fargo. He's like trying to lose up. Pargo. And at one point, employees working for Pokemon Co. even sent him rare packs over hearing about the story. Awesome. And in the end, Bruce was able to be treated and is in good health. Leftover money was used to help several other families who struggled to afford health care for their dogs. Because this diseased dog ridden town, dude. You know, my dog's died. It's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the vet in this town are like, I don't know why they gave this. There must be something in the water for these pups. I like how Pokemon Co's just like, what happened? Here's 2 packs. What, you can't pay for the surgery? Like, wouldn't it not have been cool if Pokemon stepped in and they were like, we'll pay for the dog's surgery? All right, though, enough positivity. That was heartwarming as shit. Let's get back to the muck and talk about how Pokemon collecting can go horribly, horribly wrong. Starting with some particularly bleak Reddit posts, because, you know, we have to just bring down the mood a little bit, right? All filtered through, Nick, play the character of the person making the Reddit post.
My husband has racked up a lot of debt. Nearly 100,000 buying Pokemon cards.
$100,000 in debt from Pokemon cards?
That is
What?
crazy.
70K of it was paid off, but since then he's racked up another 27K since December.
Imagine
my.
plowing through 70,000 in debt.
When he's like, I gotta talk to you about something. We got 27,000 more to pay off.
Thank God you're so good at sex. You're literally perfect in every other way except the Pokemon cards.
Like, how does one even spend almost 100 grand on Pokemon cards? I understand spending 1,000 because, you know, one good card, one good pull can make you want to buy so many packs to hit that same feeling. There's not a lot of good feelings other than opening a Pokemon pack and hitting the top card. The top card. I mean, there's certain things that I'm not going to get into because this is a family-friendly channel. Not really family-friendly, but, you know, a clean channel. But you guys know what I'm talking about.
I know nothing about these cards or industry.
I know nothing about these cards. It's just all Japanese. I don't know what it is.
But I need a way for him to not have the ability to buy anymore. How can I get rid of what he already has? What can I do to physically stop him from buying anymore?
I would say
Divorcing him?
like the obvious salute, leave this person. This is the segment is now me just responding to the Reddit post.
Okay,
I'm gonna give you
listen, I understand someone, you know, you love someone unconditionally. But if you see them going down the wrong path, like with alcohol abuse or money or debt or gambling or anything like that, it's hard to be around them. So in my opinion, you gotta just leave them. That's their own problem. They made that. You let them figure it out on their own. You gotta leave them.
the solution. Right answers only. Leave this person. If you have to physically say, how can I physically stop him? Because then you're gonna people be like, put cyanide in his drink.
Oh my
Are there
god.
any Pokemon forums I could join where I name him and tell him not to sell him anymore?
I like how the idea is like, who are you?
My name is Brock.
Dude, we can't. Yeah, you got cut off, dude. You're cut off. I'm sorry.
That was 11 days ago.
That post was 11 days ago. The 100th.
Ripping a single pack triggered my gambling addiction. A friend of mine collects Pokemon cards. He let me rip one. I got hooked instantly. I started buying packs and collecting cards. Told myself it wasn't gambling. It was okay because I was collecting something of value. I started with just a few packs here and there. but quickly turned into booster boxes and elite trainer boxes. I was spending around €300 a week.
I can see the addiction aspect of it. There's something very satisfying of opening a Kraken pack,
Oh,
as they
yeah.
say. That's what they say in the TCG community, Kraken. It is like gambling addiction. Because I think it's
Oh,
the same
100%.
thing as people who are addicted to slots. All the numbers, or like the sounds and all that stuff. Even just the crinkling of the packaging.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the hopeful opportunity that there's something in there. I've said this before on our Magic channel. If you're going to get into actually collecting, you don't have to buy packs. Just buy the singles. Even if you're like, oh, I don't know, this card's $200. I feel so weird, $200. And then you find out that you just spent $2,000 trying to open it in packs. Just pick up the card that you like.
I mean, another thing is like, if you're trying to collect it, opening the pack itself to try and get it and getting it is a way better feeling than just buying the card. But yes, if you go over the limit of the actual card itself trying to get the card, that's where it gets kind of stupid.
Save up for the card that you want and just hold it in your collection and then let it accrue value that way. Hunter's hack.
I tried selling the valuable cards I pulled to fund new packs, but I lost a lot of money doing this. Things spiraled out of control. Today, I opened all the Prismatic Evolution booster packs that I ordered 80 plus, but got nothing. I found myself chasing my losses in online casinos. I lost over €1,000 in an hour. That's when it hit me. I had relapsed badly without even realizing it. I seriously need help to stay away from gambling, or I think it's going to ruin my life completely. I'm 25 now, and I really don't want to relapse again.
I like how much you're taking the piss out of a guy who's like genuinely asking for help. Like it's like an actual tragic story. You need to go to gambling addiction therapy, whatever. Or go to Vegas and try to hit it big. Every great gambler doesn't stop. You're always one bet away from changing it all around.
Open up some more prismatic packs. You might open the God pack.
Prismatic packs, start to get open a couple more credit cards. You know, it's good to have debt.
My 5-year-old son just got scammed at a library Pokemon card event. So my wife took my son to a Pokemon card event at the local library. After work, I see him, and he's so incredibly excited at all of the new cards he traded for.
That's nice.
My heart sank when I saw Rainbow Charizard and Gold Ho-Hos. They were all fake.
They were
No.
fake. Son, you got fleeced.
The older kids completely cleaned him out. He had like 30 EX or VV star cards, and they're all gone, replaced by a bunch of fakes. It's not even about the money. They were the very first cards that we pulled together.
Oh, that's a sad way to end it. You know what, dude?
That's like, I am gonna end it off here because this is kind of getting into a longer video. Well, no, I'll keep going. That's another thing that I can't do. When it has sentimental value, it's so hard for me to get rid of. So hard. I don't know what it is. I recently got a 3DS, and it's kind of chopped. I gotta fix the screen and the back plate in this plate, and then it's back to normal. It's like almost new. But when I was a kid and I had a DS, it was so hard to get rid of. But I needed the money because I wanted to purchase a Nintendo Switch. No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't know why I sold it. I think I bought it to get more Pokemon cards, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of funny talk about this video, but still.
These are the learning moments, dude. In life, you get burned.
That happened with me with Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, definitely. Same. Yeah, the amount of fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards I didn't give a shit, though. I was like, sick. Like, I don't think I really understood. I'm like, this is worth money. I think I was just more like, yeah, Obelisk the Tormentor. I got the it's a raw Slifer, my boy Obelisk. You're just like, all right, sleeve him up. I remember one time I think I cried in school trying to trade with a guy. And he's like, all your stuff is fake. I'm like, no, I want this Buster Blader. All right, who wouldn't want that? I cried. I was like, please. I was young. I was like 17, 18, so it was a bit of a... Dude, I'm kidding. All right, let's Reddit post. Tired of these shitty little goblins crying on, guess what, dude? Shit happens, all right? Oh, look at my boy. Those are the first packs he opened. I think it's gonna be all right. Yeah, how about you go play catch with him? How does that sound? No, open more packs. Let's talk about the Melbourne card theft crisis. Store owners across Melbourne are living in fear after a string of robberies early this year, targeting various collectible shops. In a recent particularly gruesome display, a store called Aussie Collectibles was broken into, which can be seen on released surveillance video. In the chaos, the robbers made out with over $100,000 worth of Pokemon cards.
That's
insane.
crazy.
Also feels weird to just be like, I'm gonna leave this here. Put it in a vault, dude. Treat the shit like Hellsberg diamonds or something. God damn. The same.
I understand scalpers a little bit because they need to make money because they might be, in debt a lot. but robbing a store for Pokemon cards is absolutely crazy.
Over at Blacklist Cards weeks prior, which lost over $20,000 in Pokemon cards after only being open for about a month. Because of this,
after a month?
the owner is unsure if he should keep the place running. No. Hunter tip. No. One car store owner admits that they've had trouble sleeping at night, often waking up in a panic to go check and see if security cameras were triggered overnight. Other stores have considered closing up shop to lay low or perhaps just halt the sale of Pokemon cards altogether. There have been 16 card store robberies within the past 8 months. It is believed that these recent events are all connected in the same way. For now, investigations are still ongoing. 16 in 8 months is crazy. Like, I would not leave them in the glass case. I couldn't. It would make me disgusted to be like, somebody can just throw a rock through the window and take everything. I'd have a big ass security guard sleeping in there. There's like a tiny bed. He sleeps in the middle room, whatever, and you have to like tiptoe in. You wake him up and he has like a giant ogre club. That's what I would do. Breaks all the cases, ruins everything. At least nothing got stolen. While terrifying, at least these robbers occurred when innocent people were out of the store, right? Some people, however, are not as lucky. Let's talk about the $70,000 Pokemon card heist. A card shop in Osaka, Japan. We've been there. Sorry, I just got excited. Was hit by a group of thieves dressed in dark shirts and sunglasses who hoped to steal some valuable Pokemon cards. They had broken into the store at 3:30 a.m. The demonic witching hour. Surprised to see that 2 employees were still closing up for the night. In response, the thieves threatened them with knives as they tied them up. While some people are well versed in Pokemon TCG and know exactly what constitutes a valuable card, others are absolutely clueless and just see Pokemon card collecting as like a payday. The thieves began a frantic discussion with the tied up employees, asking for advice on what cards they should steal to make the most amount of money. Scared for their lives, they both started helping them pick the best cards. Pick the worst ones! Okay, you got Eevee. They ended up leaving the store with $70,000 worth in valuable cards, as well as the employees' phones and wallets. Oh, shit. Luckily, nobody was injured. Sadly, an investigation has not yet led to any arrest. I like how you can just go into a Japanese store or like any store and just be like, I'm just gonna rob this. On the topic of Pokemon robberies, you'd be surprised to find out that these thefts are peanuts compared to one of the most notable Pokemon heists. Let's talk about the biggest Pokemon robbery of all time. Ooh. Photos had surfaced online alleging that one or more employees involved in printing cards for the Pokemon Company may be stealing rare Fusion Strike cards off a line and selling them to local card stores to make massive profit. The image showcased a ludicrous amount of incredible valuable cards. Yeah, I know. There's some people who are like this. Oh, sorry, fellas. Close your gobs and listen up. Trading Card World, one of the local stores that the thief was attempting
wouldn't that make the value a lot less if it was, if they had thousands of them?
Sell to, refused to do business with him, assuming that anyone with a collection like this either stealing them or printing counterfeits. In an attempt to prove their legitimacy, the thief admitted to working for Pokemon Card Printing Company, and the shop worker immediately reported him to the Pokemon Company. A little big bundle of oopsie daisy there. An investigation began, and it was quickly discovered who the thief was. Supposedly, the man was put into police custody soon after, but much of the information regarding the case has been confidential. Many people dissecting the image and its contents estimated that the man could have very likely made off with over $300,000 if he had just been patient and sold the cars slowly over time. Why would we do that? Get that money now. It's called quick cash, which to anyone that is looking at Pokemon cards,
that's crazy. That is absolutely, I don't think they would actually have a lot of value if there were so many of them, because, the more of them are, the less value it is. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave down comments down below of anything you guys want me to react to or play. And as always, have a good one.